Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like it if you're being yourself, fuck them.
It's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
And welcome to another episode of The Noize. We told y'all we'd be back, and we are back. Don't forget to follow us on the big three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. And of course, you can follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. Also, we are diving deep into our visual initiative.
Yeah.
So you go to youtube.com/Beat Network and you can actually see everything that we do visually. Unfortunately, this episode is not one of the visuals. However, we are going to definitely make sure we kick into the visuals for The Noize next week. I know that you guys are probably tired of hearing that. That's something I'll address with my week. But, you know, until then.
Tired, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I guess with that being said, how was your week, Kev?
My week was cool. I went to see Thursday. I went to see Captain Marvel.
Really?
That was probably the highlight of my week.
That was
No, I won't say that was a highlight. I won't say that was a highlight. That was something to do, I guess. Because again, I'm a huge Marvel fan, but this one didn't do it. The acting was superb. I just didn't like the story. It just didn't do it for me.
Really? So what took you out about it?
The story, like without giving any spoilers away, like it seemed all over the place to me. You know what I mean? And I know everybody was trying to make it about a girl power type thing, so it's fine. But the story was not. Yeah, it was not where it's at.
Just wasn't it?
Yeah.
See, and that I can't remember if I had the conversation here or on one of the Back to the Classic shows, but that's my issue with movie makers. I'm so damn tired I can't even get the fucking words out. With people, with the producers and the writers and stuff like that, with them putting so much focus on getting the women empowerment side out. Am I against women empowerment? Absolutely not. To the definition, I'm a feminist. But when I look at these movies, they completely take away from plot and storyline.
Well,
it's just like they hone in on just women empowerment.
I will say, like, for her story, you know what I mean, to get to know Captain Marvel, it wasn't put together very well, I thought. However, it's one of those, like, I didn't plan to go see it and like, there's one of those, I'll get out, go see it, you know, might as well. But it's needed for what they're doing.
No, absolutely.
Like, this movie, I'm not excited about it. I probably will never watch it again, but it was definitely needed. It made me excited for the one that comes out next month. So that was my week. Outside of that, we went to the event yesterday. That's probably why we were so tired today. Went to the event yesterday. From I don't want to misquote like the title, but it's a lot of words.
From the Mouths of Us?
Yeah, from the Mouths of Us. That was a fantastic part two. That was a fantastic event. So
absolutely. Shout out to Oak and Lady Truth.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Shout out to the panelists, the crowd, everybody who was involved. It was a solid event. It was long, but it was a solid event.
You know, 6 to 9, absolutely.
Yeah.
But anytime they link up, shit, anytime Truth does anything, anytime Oak does something, I get excited for. Yeah. Because since I've known them, they've delivered. Yeah. You know, and they deliver every time, and they really, you know, push their message. They really push their agenda, their positive agenda. And they just really embody. We went from talking about women empowerment in movies to actual women empowerment. But they actually embody.
But this
everything.
actually goes into, I was just thinking about that. This actually goes into what we're saying. They preach women empowerment, but they still do it within the realm of being a woman. They're not saying, you know what I mean, we have to be this way because we're women. You guys don't think this way. No, they're showing us. Right. You know what I mean? They're talking about it and they're showing us. So
right, exactly. They're talking about equality and then they're stepping in and they're forcing the equality. So.
Exactly. And they're talking about how to achieve the equality. Exactly. We should get there. Well, how are we going to get there?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
it's not just talking about the problem. It's trying to figure out a solution for the problem. So, we're gonna keep gassing y'all up every opportunity that we get. Yeah. But that was an amazing event, an amazing panel, amazing information. Amazing
I actually learned something. I actually left and I learned something. I was like, huh. All right.
Yeah, I felt really good about it. Of course, the Bel Air was phenomenal. You can never go wrong with Bel Air. My week. Yeah. Honestly, dog, my month.
Month ain't. I mean, well, we
I would
started.
say my calendar month. So
Okay,
last
okay.
month this time to right now.
It's right now. Okay.
And even a little bit before the calendar month because it was work. It's just been work. I'll say that. I think I've maxed out with sleep, at least in the last calendar month, at 4 hours, 4.5,
That's
possibly
what I was.
5.
I was at 5 before. I was at 5.
I think that was my max, and that may have happened twice in the last calendar month. And I'm never somebody that wants to live off of excuses because I'm as blunt as I am, and because I give people a lot of shit. I can more than take it. So have at it however you want to do it. So like I said, we were supposed to have visuals with this, but with everything that we had going on, it literally just got away from us.
Yeah.
And and again, have your feelings towards it. Understand that they are coming, absolutely. And I never want to make an excuse for anything whatsoever. But it really does fuck with me to know that I don't have that extra piece of time.
I get what
you know what I mean? Like, I believe in what we're doing with beats so much that I take those extra opportunities. I know that I'm going to be tired. I know that I got an early morning the next day, and I do what I got to get done. Like, this is probably the most backed up that I've been with material and stuff that we got to get done. We've obviously already jumped into the realm of visuals. Right. With Back to the Classics. They've already been on their shit, but of course, they're already in the lane. But, we have, like we just mentioned, we just came from the mouths of us. That has to get done and get put out. Right, yep. We still have the Leave It to Be brunch that needs to get put out. It's just a bunch of stuff, and I love doing this, and I'm so hungry for it to be successful, which is why I'm willing to do what I'm doing now to make sure that it's successful. It's just, I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful for having that stream of income to make sure that I can maintain a satisfactory livelihood. But it's that chunk of 8 hours, man. Wherever it drops in at slows me the fuck down.
I think once beat gets to a level, I don't want to say completely, but once beat starts to hit the really beginning stages to a level you want to be at, get those 8 hours back.
Absolutely.
When you can make beat your focus and have to do all your work is done within beat, that you're probably gonna get more than 8 hours.
And the thing is, man, I would easily dedicate those 8 hours towards beat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just crazy that the amount of things that I can't get done
because you're dedicating to somebody who don't give a damn.
Absolutely. Yeah. One of the things I hold very near and dear to my heart, a quote that, funny enough, I saw on Facebook is, "You're killing yourself for a job that will replace you before you're buried." Yeah. And when I had my anxiety attack, which again I thought was a heart attack, so I really thought I was out of here. It was at work. You know what I'm saying? And where was my happy ass back at a couple days later? Work. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
that's how they get you.
Absolutely.
That's how they get you.
And I'm not complaining because obviously we have to work. Right. That's how shit gets taken care of until the things that we have a passion for pays for what we need to get taken care of. But it's just that chunk of time, and it just seems to never, even though we have a schedule, it seems to never fall when I need it to fall.
Yeah, I get what you mean by that. But it makes sense. I get what you mean.
But yeah, we're definitely gonna hustle. We're definitely gonna make sure we give you everything that we promise. We have so much shit in store.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because there's another part of the week that you were a part of, man. We've been working on some solid material. Yeah. It's something really good coming.
Yeah.
I would just say, just keep your eyes out around fall, August time. Yeah, I think that's good. That's a good enough teaser. It's enough foreshadowing.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, we'll definitely dig into the crates a little more with information as we get closer to it, as we start to get everything solidified and wrapped up. So August time, definitely look for something. October time, definitely look for something. And in the meantime, in the between time, make sure you stick to everything that we doing. BNetworkOnline.com. Just another quick plug. So getting out of this, somber situation and getting into more lighthearted conversation, RKelly.
I know they're tired of hearing about RKelly. I know they are, but this is new developments. I can't just leave it alone.
They're definitely tired of hearing about RKelly. We dedicated an entire episode to him. However, we're not going to do that this time around. Right. We're just going to, talk about what everybody's already been talking about. I would definitely say this. Seeing R. Kelly in front of Gayle King, breaking down, tears in his eyes, you know, really just exposing himself in a sense. It helps me understand why we never saw this nigga in the movie, because he's like the worst actor ever in life. Like, I thought it was, I knew that this was the moment that we were going to find out whether or not, you know, what his acting game is like. Right. And we just found out. That's why the conversation we had not too long ago, why we never saw him in anything other than music. That's why he can't read and he can't act.
Damn.
Can't
read and you can't act.
Yikes. Artists normally give you at least one or the other.
Yeah, you get something.
Nas get on a movie and be boring as shit, but guess what? He know his lines. And Nas got a classic under his belt too.
Damn, he do.
And we couldn't even get down to R. Kelly. 30 years, as you said in your interview, 30 years of your career.
Is TP2 a classic?
Yes.
So he got one. At least one.
R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Oh, he has a few classic albums. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll never hear him again, but, but he definitely got some ones under the belt. Absolutely. So what we want to talk about is at first I thought that I was like a piece of shit for immediately laughing as soon as he went into, and y'all killing me with this shit on the interviews.
Yeah, I laughed too.
But I found out the rest of the world.
Memes and gifs are fucking hilarious.
The memes have been going ham.
Killing me with this.
I showed you the house video, the house music video.
That was hilarious.
That
was hilarious.
Y'all try. I
laughed at that, and I laughed, and I forget even the sentence he said, but he was saying something, and in the middle of it, he goes, whew, like he was remembering it. Like, yeah.
But in all seriousness, and me and Kev had this conversation before, when you look at how he breaks down, if he had, I guess I also got to go back. I got to preface this with, take away the fact that we saw him have sex with a 14-year-old. Take away the fact that he said, he responded, when you say teenage, how old we talking? Take that away. Take away, they too late. They should have did this 20 years ago. Take away all of that shit. If he had left it at, I'm fighting for my fucking life, and then just broke down crying, that would have been the moment that I would have been like, yo, maybe R. Kelly's innocent.
That's all it would have took.
And here's why. Because if you remember when they put out the clip, and he's like, I'm fighting for my fucking life, and then they cut it right there. You're looking like, oh shit, R. Kelly is having a whole ass mental breakdown right now. But again, that's what I said. You take away everything we've already seen and everything we've already known. That would have been something that made me be like, damn, is he innocent? Because people are starting to change their minds about it already, which is weird as fuck. And of course his supporters they've already had the same mindset toward it.
Yeah.
Cause he's been bailed out fucking again, but we'll get there. If we didn't have everything that we've already had in the years leading up to where we are right now, like if this was the first fucking case, and that's was his reaction without anything after that, because everything after that was so extra.
Right. I get what you're saying.
It's so forced.
If this was his first one and all you seen was that, then yeah, okay, I get what you're saying.
And that was the first thing that would have made me be like, damn, what if he didn't?
Right, but knowing what we know, no, nigga, you did that shit.
Yeah, so exactly, because as soon as he started breaking down, I'm like, wow, I'm watching R. Kelly break down. First thing in mind was like, wow, but I saw you pee on a 14-year-old though.
No,
so
nigga, you did that shit. Did you hear what his lawyer, or not here, but did you see what his lawyer said?
What'd he say?
His ex-lawyer, because you know his ex-lawyer that defended him in the first cases, he's dying of cancer. I think he got like stage 4 cancer or something like that.
Fair exchange.
Like
that's fucked up.
That was fucked up. But no, I guess I don't want to say he's doing okay, but he's doing better because better than what he thought, because I think they gave him was like this diagnosis, like you only got 90 days to live, like a year ago. So my thing is he went in there and said, no, I kept it guilty. He did that shit.
Oh, cool. Never mind. He was some.
So this man on his deathbed, so to speak, was like, nah, he did that shit.
But that's the thing. But we know.
We know he did it.
You know how many witnesses were at his wedding with Aaliyah?
We know he did it.
You take away all this other shit. You married Aaliyah.
Damn, the witnesses.
There's paperwork.
Nigga, you admitted to marrying her.
You admitted.
So yeah,
there's paperwork.
You did it.
You know what I'm saying? But just kind of dissect the interview itself. One thing I thought about, and I actually ended up seeing something relatively close to it. Like there was a psychologist that was talking about in the news earlier today. But one thing I thought about when I saw it was being a proponent of mental health. He kind of fucked himself by doing that.
Yeah,
because you're going in there to defend that you don't have, these emotional outbursts when you feel challenged or when you're feeling anything.
And you clearly showed that.
And you just showed that as soon as you got pressed by a woman, you reacted.
And not only that, he was saying a lot of stuff that kind of contradicted.
Oh,
himself.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Why would I, what'd he say? I don't even know what a hog tie is. Why would I hog tie somebody?
I don't know what a hog tie nobody.
Yeah.
That was fucking
really?
hilarious.
I didn't know what it was. Well, she could be just saying some shit.
But
But that's what I'm saying. Like, R. Kelly, with him standing up saying, I gave you 30 years of my career. In them 30 years, you should have got media trained, dog, because you don't know how to do this shit.
Yeah.
If we're going to leave
like
it up.
we said before, we really ain't seen R. Kelly in public. Outside of music,
you ain't seen him.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true.
So I'm like, dog, you have
we know why we ain't seen him, but
he been busy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you have no media training. And the fact that, because at first, take the first interview, the one with Torre.
Okay.
Do you like teenage girls? When you say teenage girls, how old we talking? That's already like, okay, you did it.
I was like, whoa.
Now, fast forward to Gayle King.
Okay.
And salute to Gayle King's professionalism. Because if R. Kelly stood up on me, I'd have stood up.
Before, just a little sneak peek. I salute to her professionalism. The only thing that she did that I didn't like was I watched some video and it was like a little clip to the interview, but then after that it went to a clip with her sitting on, I think she was on Good Morning America or some shit, and she's talking with these people, and one of the ladies like that was interviewed was like, I felt scared for you or whatever the case.
I saw that.
I kind of got the rub the wrong way. She was like, oh, I knew he wasn't going to do it, but I got rubbed the wrong way because she fed into it. Like she kind of, you know what I mean? Like I felt like she was. If it wasn't R. Kelly, if it was somebody else that did something completely different, but maybe had that same reaction, she would have still said that because it was a black man. I felt that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I believe if it was a Harvey Weinstein in that same position, she wouldn't have said that.
But what's crazy is that if it was Harvey Weinstein that stood up, I believe he really would have struck her.
That's a crazy
You know
part.
what I'm saying?
That's the crazy
But no,
part.
but I completely agree. Even
That's
though
the only thing, even, I just wanted to get that in. That was the only thing I felt.
Of course.
Like she did.
Like even though R. Kelly is a predator,
Yeah.
the fact that your first thing, I thought he was going to hit you. Like,
yeah.
Come on. He's
That was
dumb,
the first
but he
thing.
ain't that damn
He ain't
dumb.
that dumb, right.
I mean, he's real dumb.
But even if he's dumb as hell, the people around her, it wouldn't let that happen.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
That came in
wouldn't
real
let that
quick.
happen.
But
last thing R. Kelly needed was to be seen hitting somebody.
Right. Use your
everybody
common
fucks with
sense.
that. Everybody fucks with on national TV. Like, come on.
It had been raps.
Yeah.
But, you take what he said in the first interview. Now you fast forward all the way to the interview with Gayle King, and his number one defense when she says, with his innocence, he said, first of all, I beat the case.
He did.
I was like,
he did.
no,
You tried to
that's-
give me something that happened back then, and she was like, no, you didn't. But
I'm sitting here like that. That wasn't the right response.
Yeah, that wasn't.
And then he said, you can't double jeopardy me. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not the best follow up either.
no,
Like,
but they're not talking to you about that shit.
Right.
Like, there's new shit.
this is like this new shit. And that's another thing. He only said once, when he asked if you had sex with girls under the age of 17. He was like, no. But his main agenda was to clear his name for keeping these women hostage.
Yeah. I think he probably thinks that. I don't think he has an understanding what double jeopardy is. Like, I don't
Right.
think he does. I think he thinks that. People
I think he
are
saw the
trying-
movie and was like,
Yeah.
hey, they can't do that shit
I
to
think
me. I'm free.
I think he really thinks in his head that people are trying to get him for previous stuff.
Right.
Like, nah, bro, this is new shit. This new shit. Maybe some old shit, but this new shit.
But that is one thing I would like to look into with them finding another tape, and the other tape allegedly has the same girl. Is that a new case?
It would be, yes.
That would be a new case.
It'll be a new case because it's a completely different person. Now, I don't know.
No, they're saying that it's the same girl on the second tape.
I've seen different stuff. I've heard that it was a completely different girl. She was looking through something, trying to find a tape of her, and stumbled upon this one and leaked it. I've heard that the uncle or the father of the person in the video actually had it and leaked it because R. Kelly stopped paying him. So I don't know what's real with that. But to answer your question, yeah, it would be, if it is the same girl now, it would still be a new case because now it's like, okay, we got double proof, as you say, that
Right, it's another
this is video.
Right.
So now not only do we got a case with him denying it and lying on the stand, we got a case with you because you denied and lied on the stand too.
Right.
So yeah, I think it will be a new case. Maybe not the same things they can get him after it, but I think it'll be a new case.
Right. But yeah, he's He's up for 4 counts of damn. I'm so damn tired.
I saw 10.
No. I think it's 10 counts.
4. I saw a total.
I'm sorry. It's 4 victims.
4
victims, and 3 of them were under the age of 17 when all this stuff happened. And a lot of people been saying, y'all, man, this stuff happened 20 years ago. Y'all still mess with RKelly, whatever. But if there's new accounts, then it doesn't matter how long ago it happened.
I don't think it matters, period. I don't think it matters, period. And the people, and this is something I was thinking about today, the people that say, well, I can separate the music from the person. Okay, fine. Or yeah, I can separate the art from the person. Hypothetically, I'm pretty sure everybody that we've probably talked to probably don't fuck with Dylan Roof. Mm-hmm. If Dylan Roof was like a magic fucking artist or some crazy magician, does that mean you're still going to support his music? Probably not. Why? Because he hit that level that I was talking about where you was like, no, I can't fuck with that. RKelly has hit that level.
Bro, you see some shit online where people still listen to the music of, what's his name? Charles Manson.
True.
Like, people fuck with the music of Charles Manson.
I knew shit was kind of weird when I was like TV searching day before yesterday. Seventh Heaven still comes on.
Oh, of course.
The man that admitted that he raped or touched, I don't know what he admitted to, but I know he admitted to some foul shit.
Absolutely.
Of little kids, and that show still comes on, and it was like a marathon.
Kevin Spacey's still free. And they said his most recent account was when, what was the movie that came out? American Beauty.
Yeah.
Then that was like 99. I'm not too sure of the statute of limitations, but I'm pretty sure that's still inside of it.
Yeah, I don't know the statute of limitations on this particular topic, but yeah.
Right, but I'm just like,
pretty sure.
That's 20 years ago. They said that
I'm
was
assuming the
case.
statute of limitations got to be pretty long, because I think they can go back and, like, even though I know it's different rounds, but they can go back and get like a rape victim that happened years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I have to assume that the statute of limitations are pretty long.
Right, but somehow, I mean, these people still walk free. Harvey Weinstein, most recent case is from 2016. So they can definitely get him the fuck up out of here.
I did see CNN report today that it was like 3 additional charges they was getting him on. Like, he got indicted on 3 additional charges.
I think it's 4 of them. I just saw that, actually, yeah.
He walking free, though.
He's fine.
He walking
I mean,
free.
but he also got the bail money.
Sure, he got the bail money, but still, I mean, that to me, depending. Certain things, yes, they require bail money. But certain things, when you going that far, they don't require bail money. That's basically saying, we don't agree with what you did at all. But if you give us this amount of money, we'll let you go free until that's kind of like a trade-off to me.
Right.
Is this person's innocence or whatever you want to call it worth less than some money?
Right.
You know what I mean? You're probably going to come across $100,000 sometime in your life if you're of these type of caliber people.
if that's the
right. If that's what you're doing, you know what I mean? If that's a normal thing for you, then yeah, you're probably going to come across it. Is that $100,000 worth more than
your morals?
Just morals, or this woman's life who's been destroyed because of this act? You know what I mean? Like, it's not an equal trade off to me.
No, not at all. And even with whoever the fuck stepped up and got RKelly out again, because of course we all saw the report that now his child support is.
I tell you, in what, probably in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, $260,000, nigga.
Is that all he owed?
Well,
I'm not great. That's a lot of money to me.
No, well, I think because his original bill was $1 million, 10% of that, $100,000, I believe, right? And then his child support was $161,000.
Oh, so
in a matter of 2 weeks, you cleared that shit.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's why I don't think these are just fans and friends of his doing it.
At this point, I'm sorry, he has something in the pocket.
He got something in the mattress. Well, he has to have something in the mattress. The bail money,
I think he probably has something like in the pocket for. The child support, only reason I don't is because it got that high.
Right.
If you had something in the pocket, it wouldn't have got that high in the first place.
But that's what I mean. Like, all that child support, all of that was back child support, so they weren't getting it from his checks. They didn't. They weren't garnishing.
Somehow they weren't getting.
They weren't exactly. So they somehow weren't garnishing his wages. So he definitely was putting something away.
Yeah.
That's mattress money. It has to be mattress money.
I will say this, even though I don't agree with what he said or what he did at all, to get somebody to pay $161 in child support is fucking legendary.
Right.
That's fucking legendary.
But you know what? In the words of Joe Budden, you can't bail Bill your way out of this.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. I think if RKelly gets out of this situation, He doesn't get locked up.
He's the GOAT.
Well, yeah, not only is he the GOAT, and he got to give Teflon Trump a run for his money at this point.
Boy.
Because, man, I think the only thing that can probably get him is the IRS.
Yeah.
If it comes out that he got back taxes or he ain't paid his taxes in a few years, they gonna lock his ass up for that.
I'm pretty sure he has an accountant. I'm pretty sure
I mean, at this point, he kind of has to.
But I'm pretty sure he has an accountant that knows how to move his money in ways that the IRS got their bread, but child support didn't.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think they'll come get him for IRS. I don't think so. But if they were, it would have to be that.
Oh yeah, as soon as it becomes America's problem, they'll get him. They'll find a way to get him.
Yeah.
They took down Wesley so goddamn swift.
And the killer part was he tried to pay him.
He tried. He's like, nah, we want jail.
He tried to pay him. They was like, we're gonna give you jail. He was like, no, I got to here. Take the money. Like,
nah,
it wasn't my doing. Like, it was a mistake. It was like, nah, we gonna lock you.
We
up.
want you.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That's petty.
It is. It really is.
Here's the money right here.
Yeah.
Nah. Why you got your hands out already?
I think on our radio story, it was like his manager at the time, or whoever at the time, was like not doing their job. So he thinking the shit's cool, and it's not. Had the money anyway. I was like, nah, go ahead and sell Block D.
Yo, who else had Chris Tucker? I wonder who was on his money team.
I don't know.
Because if you remember, around the time Chris Tucker kind of fell off, nigga was having blockbuster movies.
Yeah, that's why I said when I do get to the point I want to get at, my major thing, or two major things I got to make sure I have that's good. I need a lawyer, preferably Jewish, and I need an accountant.
Nah,
like
the accountant
might be Jewish too. They both might be Jewish.
Lawyer, I don't know, man. You may be straight with whatever. They just got to be really fucking good at what they're doing.
Italian lawyer.
You'll definitely be straight with an Italian
lawyer, Jewish accountant. There we go.
You'll definitely be straight with Italian. You got if you're gonna go with a black lawyer, you got to go with the ones that's not too. What's my man's name? Boy, I hate being tired because everything just goes
I can
out
tell
the
you right
fucking
now,
door.
I love my people by all means, but I ain't getting no black lawyer.
He said, "I'm staying away from that.
I'm good. Not no black lawyer. Can't do it."
Hey man, I feel it.
Can't do it. No.
But what else happened with the actual interview itself? So another thing that I think obviously wouldn't have helped him, like at all, but that would have created more sympathy amongst the people that feel like he deserves everything that he's getting. When he said, "I need help," that was his moment to be like, I have a problem.
True, but to me that doesn't seem genuine because it's like at this point you're clearly showing that you're scared you're gonna get locked up, and that would be the next thing to kind of do. Now, granted, he could have stayed doing that, and they probably would have helped him. But I mean, at this point, the only thing you can't say, I'm mentally insane. You know, I got a mental issue at this point.
No, absolutely. Even if it wasn't genuine.
Right.
If he had just, if
he stayed on that, though,
he had that window. Because even
favor.
Gayle King noticed it. She was like, "What? Like, what do you need help with?" Like, as soon as he said, "I need help," Gayle stopped talking. Was like, "What is it you need help with?" Because I look at going back to Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey, when we find out Kevin Spacey put out and addressed, what happened and addressed the rumors, people were like, "Oh shit, what does Kevin Spacey got to say about it?" And he took the "I'm gay" cop out.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? That's what fucked him up. So I felt like RKelly low-key just did the exact same thing. As soon as he said, "I need help," that was when everybody was like, "Wait, is he about to say it?" Because it's the second time. Because remember, he had the record, "I admit."
True.
And everybody listen to "I admit" think we're about to hear, "I had sex with a child."
Right.
Which would have been a super weird time to get the confession.
That would have been weird.
But still, that was the opportunity, and he still just passed up on it. That would have just been the one time. He wouldn't have got it from me, but if he really wanted to at least generate some form of sympathy, not saying that people think, okay, well, he should be released.
Right.
Just be like, at least he recognized what he got going on, and I hope he gets the help. Now they just want him to get prison rape.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer they need to throw him under the jail.
Yeah, and I hope they do the most petty torturing when he gets to jail. Like, make him read aloud to everybody.
Make him popcorn read aloud.
Give him the dictionary. Have just the roughest nigga be in there. Start with A. I just want him to get to the be like he.
They should do that, but like I said, it'd be popcorn. So we have a bunch of niggas in there reading. They're reading cool. R. Kelly, go ahead, Robert, go ahead and read something.
It gotta be
and
like,
there's a big buff dude. Tell him, hey, you better read that.
if you don't read this shit right, like you already can't read with no pressure. you put some prison pressure, some prison buff nigga pressure on him.
He going, man.
He about to be in there looking like my man that had the crazy study. It's about to just be super legit. Oh man, enjoy that. Enjoy prison.
Yeah.
But ultimately what I got from that interview was nothing.
Nah.
There was no point of the interview outside of sound bites and memes.
Yeah. And even, again, I can't remember what I was listening to. I was listening to something where it was like, by him doing that interview, it was a legal way of malpractice. And that's a weird sentence to say. But like, I guess the prosecutors, like, they couldn't do it. But if somebody else did it, it helps in their favor type of thing. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. But all in all, I'm a firm believer. He needs to be thrown underneath the jail.
Yeah, he needs to.
And I don't even want him, since he's R. Kelly, you know what I mean? They'll lock him up. He'd be in solitary majority of the time. I'll put him in Gen Pop.
No, I think that's where he'd be going.
Put him in Gen Pop.
If they got Cosby in Gen Pop.
True.
R. Kelly definitely going.
True. Only difference is, I think, even though they're both technically celebrities, I think they probably looked at Bill Cosby as your time has kind of passed. Yeah, you're Bill Cosby, but niggas ain't checking for you like that. Meanwhile, R. Kelly got people putting up his bail money. I think maybe they'll use that as a basis, but either way, put him in Gen Pop. Put him in Gen Pop and let Bubba have his way with him.
Bubba's gonna have a fantastic time.
How did you feel? I thought to me, they seemed brainwashed, but the girls,
oh yeah, they
got on there and was, nah, they're lying, they just want money, but you can clearly hear R. Kelly in the back making his little dad coughs, like, no, don't say that, or you know what I mean, like. But I thought they seemed brainwashed to me.
No, they're definitely being ran by a conductor for sure. Okay. But you know what's funny about that? You can't have an interview where you break down crying that you don't have women, period, living at these houses. Because he slipped up once and he was like, helicopters coming to pick up women who aren't prisoners because they not there. I'm like, no, so you just admitted that you have women. You're just saying they're not prisoners.
They're not prisoners. They're not prisoners.
And then you don't have women prisoners. So who are these women who live with you
that are in the back?
What are they speaking out about? Yeah. What are they here for?
Yeah.
How are they testifying on your behalf if you don't have women? Because what you said, you don't have women, period.
Again, as we all can see, R. Kelly is not the smartest guy.
He's not. This is why we didn't see him in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. This is why we ain't see him in Who's the Man. We ain't see this nigga in shit. We ain't seen R.
Kelly in nothing.
He wasn't in Glitter.
He ain't even make a cameo in Space Jam. We ain't seen him in nothing.
All we got was a music video. Yeah. He wasn't in Glitter. He wasn't in A Star Is Born. This is why. Because R. Kelly's probably one of the most trashiest actors out there.
And he can't read.
So above all.
We can't even go over the script and try to get you to where we want you to be.
You actually had R. Kelly's script. I like that character. Sarah's a woman, R. Kelly. That don't say Sean. Sure don't.
Nope.
Says Sarah. In the most simplistic Sarah way possible.
That's funny.
Oh, man. So best of luck to him. Best of luck to Bubba. This one's gonna be more so quick because I really didn't watch it for the short amount of time that I did watch it. You said you didn't watch it at all, but you are in tune with what was going on. So the R. Kelly, the Michael Jackson Leaving Neverland documentary.
Yeah, I ain't watched that.
But with what you heard about and with the clips and shit that you've seen, how do you feel about, honestly, this petty move on HBO's behalf?
I think it was tasteless. I think it was tasteless on not only HBO's part, but the other parties that were involved. I think it was tasteless on their part as well. The way I look at it is, man, don't get me wrong. I don't think Michael touched or did anything physically with any little boys or any little kids for that matter. I don't think so. Do I think he was weird? And maybe you can probably play devil's advocate and say that he had an inappropriate relationship with the kid. Yeah, but that could also stem from his upbringing. You know what I mean? His mental shit. Because you'd be a fool to look at him and say he might not have, he got something going on.
Right, and then think all his shit together.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I can understand that, but outside of, I thought it was tasteless because you didn't hear nothing. You know what I mean? Up until the last, we want to call it a shorter time, the last 3 years of his death, you didn't hear about no shit. You know what I mean? You didn't hear nothing. We knew about R. Kelly in 2003.
Right.
In 2003, you wasn't hearing Mike was touching little boys. Matter of fact, you wasn't hearing anything about Mike, really. You know what I mean? So for them to...
I think it was around that time.
Was it around that time?
Around the time
I thought it was
the Michael Jackson case?
Before that.
Hold on, let me see. Keep talking while I'm looking up.
Either way, you waited till this man is gone, no longer here, and it's been what, a decade? It's been a decade
Since he's been gone. Yeah.
You know what I mean? To actually say something, and then you're using people that.
Oh, it's 0405.
0405. Okay, so it was right around that time. You know what I mean? But outside of that, in 2012, you didn't get no. Was it Leaving Neverland? You didn't get no doc Leaving Neverland.
Right.
I feel like this doc was really coming off the heels of the RKelly doc, and then again, it was tasteless. You got people that were affiliated or somewhat involved with Michael, but they already came out and said that they didn't lie about it. You know what I mean? The way I look at it, we just had a show. I forget which show it was and what we were talking about, but we just talked about how the FBI has like a very high percentage rate on locking somebody up once they get evidence. They followed that man for 10 years and didn't find shit.
Didn't get anything.
I mean,
they had moles in his entourage.
I mean,
in his production, you know what I'm saying, team.
You know
They had people that were ready to snitch and nothing.
Nothing. You know what I mean? So I gotta look at that and be like, again, I do think he probably was a little off, had some maybe inappropriate relationships. But far as touching them or doing, I don't believe that. You know what I mean? I just can't. So for me, I thought the doc was tasteless.
Right.
It probably would have been in more taste, A, had it not came off the heels of this RKelly thing, and B, had they done it when he was alive.
Right.
You ain't got nobody to finish it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't like it. I hope his estate, like, maybe if they can sue or something like that.
No, they're
You know what I
currently
mean?
suing HBO.
I would do that. Even if you don't win, do that to be like, no, nigga, we ain't fucking with you.
Yeah, just get the point across.
Yeah.
Like, nah, like, granted, HBO is a huge conglomerate, but we're Michael Jackson's estate.
Yeah, and
we're probably just as big, just as big, if not bigger.
We got probably more. I don't want to say more, but we got the money back once he left.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So yeah.
I agree with you. Do I think that Michael Jackson was off? Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, and I do think his relationship with children was inappropriate in regards to this adult man having sleepovers. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
I was even saying it back then, like, nah, that's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
But,
and then not only is it weird for him, but it's weird for a kid too. Now, only reason I can get a kid's pass because
they're kids.
It is Michael Jackson.
Right.
You know what I mean? But me getting it, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not standing there with your grown ass.
Like, nah, I'm gonna have mama waiting in the room.
Exactly.
Man,
I'm not doing that.
When she ready to go is when I gotta go.
Yeah, exactly.
But
if she called me, nigga, it's raps.
It's time to go, right? But do I think anything inappropriate happened with those kids? Absolutely not.
Nah.
And one of the things that killed me, if you really go back and look at the deposition from Michael Jackson's case, and what is the thing called where they kind of interview you in a room before even going to court? Not interrogation. It's something along those lines, though.
Interview?
Yeah. What the hell is it called? Can't remember what it's called. Somebody's going to jump in the comment and let us know that we're retarded and don't know what it's called. But on that thing, they asked Mike straight up, do you let kids sleep in your bed? And he says yes. But that's all he left it at was just yes. And there's been hella kids throughout the time, all the way up until now, that says, no, we would sleep in his bed. Mike wouldn't sleep in the bed with us.
Right.
He would make a cot on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And, would there be kids on the floor? Yes. Was he cuddled up with these kids? No. And what pisses me off, when I first heard about Leaving Neverland, I was like, okay, maybe just like with RKelly, we're getting people that we haven't heard from through the years. We're getting the kids that disappeared when the feds, made the other kids testify. By the way, and Wade Robeson and Jimmy Safechuck were two of the, I want to say it was 4 kids that were called to testify when the feds got involved. Because in that kind of situation, you don't have to press charges.
Right.
If you're saying that this dude did this is a federal crime.
Exactly.
You don't have to press charges. We'll go get him.
We got it.
But we're also
he's not going against you. He's going against us.
But we're going to subpoena you to show up and testify.
Exactly. You're going to help
us. And out
us.
of the 4 kids that were supposed to, one of them was like, actually, no, I lied. I'm going to break out. I'm going to go ahead and jump back.
Yeah, I mean, if this happened.
One of the cats, the most famous one, Wade Robeson, who, went on to have a flourishing choreography career, he initially said, like, nah, he never touched any of us. And he said that through all these years. And then all of a sudden in 2013, he's like, actually, nah, he did.
Yeah.
And I don't see the reason for recanting on what you were talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, I give it up to the Safe Chuck dude. At least he kept that same energy.
Right.
But Wade's been so flip-floppy. I don't understand. As soon as he does it on a documentary, all of a sudden, it must be true.
And that's what I'm saying.
But then no one looks into the case and realize that the first story that they told a completely different story, which is why Mike got off, because the stories never aligned. There was always a new element to the story, and there was always elements that were taken out of the story that they had to be reminded of from the fucking from the lawyer from Michael Jackson's defense lawyer.
People deal with trauma differently.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean? They different stuff. But I would have to think that if something this traumatic happened to you and you were serious about it, you wouldn't have to be reminded on certain events.
Absolutely. It replays for the trauma victims that I know. It replays in their head when they're at their most chill times, relaxed times. It just, I don't know what it is. It just pops up like, hey, remember when this happened? So to know that you couldn't keep your story straight, and then to know that the story wasn't even this long and vivid when the man was up for trial. Now all of a sudden you got enough story for a fucking
right. You couldn't
4-hour documentary
back then, but 6 years later you don't.
Now all of a sudden you don't. And now you know the story perfectly. And and here's I'm gonna tell you exactly where I jumped out at. But just to kind of continue on with the victims, quote unquote, and what they were talking about. Everyone look into it. It had to be at least 50 fucking people that were saying that Michael Jackson touched their son or Michael Jackson touched me. Not one person pressed charges. Every last one of them was a lawsuit. And again, correct us if we're wrong, not one settlement came from it. Once motherfuckers realized they weren't getting paid, they left the shit alone.
I don't think nobody got paid. But
I don't think anybody got paid.
If this is your thing, or you know, if you're gonna do this, if you're one of the people that's really gonna do this, what do you gain out of saying that a person that died did this, and you're not suing the state?
I have a theory about that.
What do you think? Like, I'm trying to think. What do you gain out of this?
I'm trying to see right now if he settled out of one in 1994. The kid had $15,000 put in a trust fund. The parents got 1.5 mil each, and the lawyer got 5 mil. So he settled out of court for 23 million.
Your booty hole worth 23 million?
Has to be. But if I remember, I'm sorry, I forgot this is a fucking podcast. I'm over here reading, trying to learn along the way. But anyway, you know, the settlements does, you know, raise curiosity. I would definitely say that, because anytime somebody settles, I'm always like, why you settling? Why you ain't fighting? Like that's always my go-to. But in this situation, I just feel differently about it, because you had that settlement from that case that was in 93. And then actually the timeline makes sense now, because you had the settlement in that case from 93. And then as we got older, that's when everybody started saying, oh, Michael Jackson touched me too. Right. So knowing that there was some money divvied out, that's why the first place they went to was a lawsuit. Nobody looked to press charges. And again, I've had this conversation with everybody. If you touch my child, if I personally can't kill you, if I'm not allowed 5 minutes in a room with you alone, then I want to see you behind bars for the rest of your life. Right. There's no amount of money that's going to make me not press charges.
But even though I kind of, the raising eyes at first, I was like, but this one, but only thing is, what was Mike doing, or who was Mike 93, 94? Probably the biggest person on the planet.
Absolutely.
So it would make sense that he said, even though I'm with you,
he was the biggest person on the planet until the day he died.
True, but 93, 94, that was his
term, right?
Right. To go to your point, yeah, it raises some eyebrows, but I understand it if you're on that platform,
because you want it to go away,
because you just want it to go away.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I understand it in that case, but it does raise some questions. But you're right. Now people seeing that, oh, he paid them. You know what? He touched me too.
Yeah, he definitely touched me. Like, hey, did he touch you, little Jimmy?
He got you too.
Like, no. Did he touch you, little Jimmy? Oh yeah, I guess.
Right.
But to go back to the point where I said I have a theory with why they're going after it now, it's the same reason they went after him before. I'm pretty sure that the parents, because when I was watching some parts of the documentary, the parents are reminiscing of all these times. Oh, and Michael had this, and it was beautiful. Again, everyone has their own trauma.
Would you miss it? Now, if somebody died, somebody did something like this, right? They truly did something like this, and they died, whether it be your hand or your own. Are you going to be sitting there? Oh, yeah, this.
Exactly. You know what I mean? That was the exact point I'm about to make.
You're not going to be reminiscing about
exactly.
good times.
I don't care how much fun I had. I don't care what memorable shit happened when I was there. My child this entire time was being fucked by a grown man.
That's null and void.
So there's no more good. Nope. None of that is a good memory. None of that's going to bring a smile to my face. Mm-mm. So you look at the fact that they didn't get cashed out just for being, friends with him. Mm-hmm. They didn't get cashed out for suing him and not pressing charges, just suing him. Mm-hmm. But you can definitely blackmail the estate. Like, hey, HBO's approaching us to do this. If y'all don't want me to keep quiet, I'm going to need some of that Michael Jackson money that y'all got tucked away. And the estate was probably like, do it. Trust me, we got lawyers for days. HBO don't want that smoke. Yeah. You're about to do this and put yourself out there and get nothing from it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure HBO cashed them out something healthy to make them do this, though.
The
documentary.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I know they got a sizable check.
They got a check for that. They got a check for that, and they're going to be greedy and try to get a check from the estate, and that's where they're going to fail.
Right, exactly.
Because when they do that, that's when everything's going to come out. Watch.
That's shit's really going to defend. So two things that I wanted to get to when it came down to the parts that I at least seen from the documentary. I go back to what I said. Everyone's trauma is different. Mm-hmm. I get it. Completely got it. Etched in stone. But I don't know not one trauma victim that can recount their situation without any kind of reaction. And I don't mean, they have to bust out crying or give me a moment and walk.
Right.
Just some kind of, a deep swallow or an eye
words,
cut, you know what I'm saying? Or something. Dog, it was like these dudes was reading off of scripts.
Because they were.
Pretty much, right. And I remember there was a comment that was made. It was like, "We telling me both stories have been the same for that." And that's not actually. I wanted to bring that up with the RKelly thing too. That's the one thing I didn't like that Gayle King said was their stories match and they don't know each other. Like, come on, there's definitely ways of doing that. If you try to get to this bag, right. Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna make sure we're gonna talk for 5 years. He touched you where? Okay, cool. Then what happened? So, there was this mindset like, oh, the story has been the same all these years, which they haven't, which is why they lost the initial, which is why Michael walked free the first time around. But it's almost like they was reading off of a script. So that was my one issue. My second issue is the other dude, the Safe Chuck guy. And
is that his name?
It's something Safe Chuck. I just had him pulled up here, actually. And it may not even be pronounced Safe Chuck, but it's Jimmy Safe Chuck. Safe Chuck is a funny word. Jimmy Safe Chuck's my name. Line is my game. But he made a comment, and again, everybody's trauma is different.
Right.
But he makes a comment where he's talking about when him and Mike had actual physical sex. And he says, and he put his penis in my whatever year-old mouth. We'll just say 10. Well, we'll say 14, right? He was like, he put his penis in my 14-year-old mouth. A grown man penis in a 14-year-old's mouth. I'm like, dog, you're milking this right now.
He tried to have his Andy moment.
Right, you feel me? He had his Andy moment. He out here saving the avian water.
Right.
But I'm just like, that's the first.
Saving bubbles. That's what he said.
When he said that is when I was like, I'm not fucking watching this shit anymore. I got up and left. I'm like, dog, you're milking this. I see exactly what you're doing and you're milking this. The fact that we already know that you were kids when this shit happened. We already know that it was nothing but kids involved in the situation. What was the fucking point of saying this grown man penis in my 14-year-old mouth? I'm like, and he repeated it like 3 fucking times.
Because he wanted to make it a point that you knew
that I was a child and this was wrong. Yeah. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, dog, you're acting right now.
Yeah, I'm not rolling.
Because that sentence alone should have been that grown man in my, and it should have just been a breakdown from there. Because that's trauma.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that can truly, even the most hoodest of hood niggas who see their homeboys die, they go into the back and cry and they lose their fucking mind when that pressure builds the fuck up. No one is safe from trauma.
I don't care how hard you are or anything. Can't change the fact that you're human.
Absolutely.
And you're going to feel and have human emotions regardless of the situation. So yeah, by him, I didn't see that because I ain't watch it, but yeah, that would have turned me up. I'd be like, really? Get the fuck out of here.
As soon as he said that, I'm like, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching this shit anymore. I could literally care less what y'all gonna say going forward. The fact that you are drilling it home that you were a child and this person was a grown man. Fuck the fact that you were a child and he was a grown man. You were getting molested.
Right.
No matter what age it was, you were getting manipulated into having a sexual relationship with this man.
You didn't have to tell me. Yeah.
Whether he was 14 or 42.
Yeah.
Either way, it's wrong. But you're really driving home the fact that you were a child.
Yeah, because I'm reading this I'm reading this prompter.
Right. That's low-key what it felt like.
I'm reading this prompter and you're gonna like it.
And again, there's no way that I can.
RKelly a prompter.
Nah.
It just came through.
I am innocent. That it is. That's the word, isn't it? Innocent. I'm innocent. And, anyway, that's just the two things that made me just walk away. Cause I'm like, there's no way you can recount this kind of trauma. Like there's strength. Don't get me wrong. There are people who truly get out there, tell their story, maintain that strength, because a lot of times the people that are listening to that story share the same trauma. Mm-hmm. That don't mean they don't still crack.
Right.
You still get some tears from them. You still get some infliction in their voice. You still get something. Dog, unless it happened after I stopped watching, there was nothing.
And even the people that have to be strong because their story might pertain to somebody else at that time, and they're being strong, yeah, you might not see any, for lack of better words, weak emotions, but they're passionate about being that strong. Right. That's an emotion.
Right.
Nah, he was just talking monotone. Nah, he
was just doing this whole thing.
He had a dick in his mouth. That was about it.
And then dude went on to have, this is the way he got. He went on to have a flourishing choreography career. Yeah. Even ended up working for So You Think You Can Dance.
Nah, I would have to, if I'm a choreographer and this thing went on with Mike, I don't think I can just have a flourishing choreographer career. Like, I'm not real.
Like, another thing that, again, I didn't hear it mentioned, but if it did get mentioned, it got mentioned after I stopped watching. I didn't hear anything about therapy. I didn't hear anything about like different ways to, correct trauma. I didn't hear anything. Mm-hmm. There was no healing methods spoke about.
No, because they were reading from a teleprompter. That was not in a teleprompter.
And you look at it all, and it's crazy because, like you said, this is only coming out because of what happened with R. Kelly.
That's it.
But now we're in a perfect position to compare and contrast the two. Then you saw what you saw on Surviving R. Kelly. Could one of them had up there been one of the chicks that was lying on R. Kelly? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what did you get from all of them? Traumatic emotional response.
Yeah.
And some of them weren't even unwilling victims. Mm-hmm. They were just completely blown away by how, infatuated they were about R. Kelly, by his mind games and his manipulation. They really got him. So they were doing everything that he wanted to do, but where the trauma came is recognize the fact that what he was doing was wrong. Mm-hmm. Even the ones that fucks him up.
Even the ones that didn't like that felt that he wasn't doing nothing wrong to them. They still were showing some type of emotion because they were standing by what they were saying.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, dick in the mouth boy, he just talking.
Even like one of the ones I really looked to with the R. Kelly documentary was the girl that was outside his court case every fucking day that he was going.
Yeah.
And even when she was recounting the times that she was happy for him, you got a smirk, but you didn't get, oh, and it was this beautiful house and this night. She was just like, and I was finally around R. Kelly. And
she was speaking our truth.
I was with the guy that I was in love with at the time. And then as soon as the shit hit the fan, tears. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, you sit here and tell me the mother can smile at the experience. Y'all can smile at the experience. Mm-hmm. Yet what you went through was so traumatic.
Did they say what ages that the kids, or I'm assuming they're not kids now, but they say what ages they were now?
I think Wade was 32 or 33, and the other dude I can't find any information on. But the times I watched that, they didn't mention it.
That was the wrong question. When they say they couldn't remember, how long had it been since they had that traumatic experience?
No, apparently they were able to pinpoint the exact age that they were, where it happened.
I'm getting at, how come, like we just talked about this lady who was going to all this court, she was a kid at the time, she was going to his court case and stuff like that. She can vividly remember what was going on, but these two gentlemen can't. And supposedly it was just as traumatic to them.
Yeah, I'll give the benefit of the doubt that, of course, memory is subjective.
You're right, but I have to believe that when you're dealing with some type of trauma like that,
exactly,
subjectiveness kind of goes out the window.
Now I know with trauma you can definitely isolate,
you can block it out.
You can isolate it to a part of your mind to where you're
absolutely.
ultimately, you know, you're just completely looking past it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but again, trauma doesn't just go away.
Right, and I mean, even if you're looking past it, yes, you can do that. It'd be hard to look at. It's Mike.
Right.
You know,
Michael Jackson.
It'd be different if it was fucking Dave down the street who did this to you, but it's not.
And what makes it even worse is I need to look it up right now before I say a comment and I was wrong about it. But I believe the Wade dude was one of the dancers for Michael Jackson's This Is It before he passed away in 2009.
Oh, there's no fucking way.
Hold on.
No way you're accusing me of doing this foul shit and then I have it's no fucking way.
But no. Here's the thing, and while I'm looking this up, here's the difference with why he would have been on it. Michael Jackson passed away in 2009. Wade Robson recanted his statement in 2013.
Oh,
Mike was gone for
But when he was on This Is It, that was around the time. It's we got this actor. You ain't recanted. You recanted after I was dead. So. Right. No, you're not finna be on my, no. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't see anything about This Is It in his, well, it was definitely a dude that looked exactly like the
Even
nigga.
if it wasn't, dude, you're a dancer and you're in Michael Jackson's realm. And it's Michael Jackson. I would have to think that your career probably wouldn't flourish. You know what I mean?
Dog, the fact that on your, oh, wait, hold on.
Oh. We doing Googles?
Yep, we're doing the Googles. Y'all know what it is. Gotta do your Googles. Nah, he never danced for him. He never danced for This Is It. But apparently he was a choreographer for Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, and Sync. Like, nigga got a cool little resume. But it's like you just said, you learn under the tutelage of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Your resume, that alone, you're set.
Just those three little names alone, yeah. So somebody gonna be like, nah, he know what he's doing.
The fact that he recants his statement in 2013, 4 years after Michael Jackson passes.
And then 6 years later.
6 years later, we get Surviving Neverland. What reason would you have to do that outside of some kind of come up? Some kind of come up. Because if you've been suppressing this memory of being molested by Michael Jackson, you know where you should probably go? Counseling. Probably should go to counseling.
Probably should.
Not to the media.
But counseling ain't got that bad.
The counseling don't get you that bad.
The media do, though.
I can share my story with the media and get to the bag swiftly.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go to my counselor, I'm just going to get some real good words.
Yeah.
You know? Long story short, man. Believe what you want to believe. Everybody's entitled to believe what they want to believe. But you got to look into everything critically.
Right. If you don't believe what you want to believe, but just do your research. Just look
do your
into
Googles,
shit, you know
as we just did live on the show.
If it feels like something may be a little bit off or you're not understanding, then look it up. Don't just go with what they're saying. Look the shit up. And that goes for anything. Right. Find out what it is that you're hearing that you want to know about. There's nothing wrong with that.
And just be intelligible about what you're about to put into the atmosphere. Yeah. For sure. We have a podcast and we've been wrong a few times.
Yeah. But you're going to put something out there and you're going to pass it off as you know what you're talking about. Please know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Know what you're talking about. So I am curious to see what happens going forward. I've been seeing that people have been taking Michael Jackson's music off the radio. Yeah. His streaming numbers are lower.
Not doing
that. Now, I'm gonna keep listening to the nigga.
Yeah.
DL Hughley had one of the best responses I think I
watched
heard.
His, and one of the things he said I rock with, but I didn't rock with him saying that how he felt about Michael, but how he said with the national anthem thing, that I do rock with.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. DL Hughley is kind of in that same realm as Ja Rule. I'm not really going to him for my for those kind of things, but when he said, with how, white America goes after, these black musicians who left such an amazing stamp on the music industry. Mm-hmm. And then they want you to be like, okay, so you're still listening to the music? Well, why? Like, well, shit. Have you heard the lost verse from the national anthem?
Right.
You haven't, but you still sing that motherfucker, don't you? Knowing that there's a lost verse that showed you exactly what this fucking anthem is rooted in. So I thought that was an amazing comeback.
No, it was. I
thought
that was very clever, very dope. I just didn't agree with honestly, I don't think nobody in the room kind of agree with what he was saying as far as Mike goes, but that's the only thing I didn't agree with. Outside of that, that was I was like, oh, okay, you got in your bag on that one.
That was a solid comeback. And that's really my approach with the music, even though I don't believe he is guilty.
Right.
That's my approach when it comes down to his music. I'm not going to stop listening to the music.
Yeah.
That just is what it is. The reason I can't listen to RKelly anymore is because we've said it on the show. We don't know the context behind the music.
True. We don't know the context. You've hit a limit that's a little bit out of reach for us. And on top of that, like you said, unfortunately, we've seen you do this.
And we've seen you do it.
I think it'd be a little bit different if a video came out, showed Mike doing some foul shit with a kid.
Oh, it'd be so different.
It'd be different.
Oh, we would be in here crying. Mike, why?
Right. But yeah, I can't roll with R. Kelly. I can't do it.
Well, this was definitely a darker episode, but well, you guys had fun with us. Kev, let people know where they can find you at.
_ Hollywood Kev on Twitter, _ Hollywood Kev _ on Instagram. I don't do nothing else, but yeah.
Big Los IG on IG, Big Los 89 on Snapchat, at the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and of course everything Beat Network content at beatnetworkonline.com. We're going to be launching a new website pretty soon. Again, we're really going head first into this new era of Beat Network. So definitely keep rocking with us. We appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us this long. Through all the ups and downs, all the turns and the additions and subtractions, whatever you want to call it. Thank you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
We appreciate you definitely more than we can actually put in words. And with all the appreciation, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support. And as always, Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.